Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? Danny here with Northwest Ventures. I have a couple things I want to show you. Check it out. Okay, check it out. Isaac made me this sweet ass ceramic coffee mug. Thank you very much. He is a fan of the channel. He made this cup with the intentions of making it green, just like Bill the Bus. Thank you very much, Isaac. Much appreciated. He even put a little design on the bottom. Sweet, dude. Much appreciated. And the second thing on the list I wanted to show you is this. It is a GMRS radio. So I have a CB. This is just a little bit different technology. My friends were telling me, hey man, CBs are dead. I'm gonna keep my CB because some of my friends still have CBs. But this was off of Amazon. It was $29. It came with the radio. It came with 2 batteries. It came with a mic. Pretty cool. And then it also came with the USB charging. So, not a bad deal, dude. $29.99 for all this gear. Let me unbag it and I'll show you what that looks like. So it came with a charging block. It also came with an antenna. I'll unbag all this stuff so you guys can see what's inside. I'll put a link in the description below in case anyone wants to check it out. $29, can't really argue with that. Oh cool, it came with a headset. Nice, a little mic button here. Came with a USB to USB charging port. It came with 2 of these batteries, radio. It came with another charging cable. That's pretty sweet. And then it also came with this microphone. A little handheld here. I use my CB one all the time. So it looks like the battery goes in here. Boom. So there's the battery. Screw on the antenna. It has a clip that screws on there. Put that on later. And then, okay, here's the connection for the mic. Here on this side. Just turns on. There we go. Off. Check, good buddy. Nice. You can also mic it on that button. There's a mic check on that button. Sweet. I like it. Little clip. I will definitely use this. Thank you again, Caesar and Tony and Kelly for bringing this subject up. I'm gonna run to Ace Hardware real quick and get some hasps so I can mess with my solar panel and hinge it and make it so I can take it off. Take a look at who I just found. It's Larry. What's up, buddy? Driving on 9. Still got this little guy hanging. I was talking to a friend of mine who works for Freightliner, and he says there's 2 options for the semi-truck horns, the pull horns. One is a piece of leather strap that would hang like that, a little less weighted than the ball on the end here, less swinging. And the other one is actually like a strap that goes down and then over to the side of the cab here. So it's a hoop that you can easily grab onto. And those don't sway or swing at all. So we'll see. I also had another friend of mine say put a rabbit's foot on it, but I don't think I could do that. I don't really know if I want a dead rabbit foot hanging in my face. I get it, but I don't know if it's for me or not. I don't know. But there's other options. Something similar to that, less weighted, so it less flopping around. I don't know. We'll see. Something will come up. Something will turn into fruition. We'll see what happens. Just kind of cruising around here. Like I said, Oregon gets a lot of rain. This is a very mild day for this time of year. Not a lot of rain right now. Now that I've said that, it's probably going to start pouring. So, anyways, off to the store. Alright, so I'm going to make my solar panel on the roof hinged. Well, there's hinges on it now, but they're welded and riveted, so I can't remove the solar panel when I need to. So I'm going to use these as a hinge with a carabiner so that when I lift the solar panel up, I can undo it and take it off. You'll see. Okay, I also need to get some pipe, some tubing or something I can weld to the rack to put that lantern holder in. So I got several different tubes here, square, round, but I don't see the smaller size I need. That's way too big. Stuff I need is not here. I'm also thinking about adding a different wood trim or some kind of wood to the back of my interior in my bus. So I'm seeing what they have. They have some scrap stuff here. Well, not scraps, but they have these little guys. I'm not sure. What I have in my bus right now is just raw, rough material. It was free from Home Depot. I think it's just the rough skins that they put on the nice wood to keep it from getting damaged. But they don't have a large selection here, so I'll have to go to Home Depot. Check this out, I'm at the mall. Got some old Volkswagens up here. Bug and a bus. Kinda cool. Check this out, I'm out cruising around. And there's this little car over here. What the heck is that? Looks almost VW-esque. Not sure what that was. Pretty cool though. Someone out cruising around in the rainy ass Oregon weather. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't start a monsoon on him or an atmospheric river. Alright, one more stop. I gotta go get propane tanks filled up. And then I'm gonna go out to lunch with my wife. We're gonna hit the food carts. Woo! Okay, check it out. So I'm driving around quite a bit today with this pole chain hanging, and I have two options. I can leave it hanging, which isn't that bad. It's not bugging me really at all. Or I can throw it up into my sun visor, and it's not hanging. So if it's bugging me or I'm on like a really gravelly road, bumpy road up in the mountains, I could just throw it in my sun visor, and if I want it down, I just pop it down. It is pretty cool though. I've already had to use it twice. People walking that waved and thumbs up, then I just gave him a toot, and I got a thumbs up back. It was pretty cool. I'm loving it. Hey folks, so I'm home and I'm working on my solar panel hinge removal thing. All right, so what I got on my solar panel, I have a hasp on this side that I keep a carabiner in. So that's the male side of the hasp, and this is the female side right here. And then I have two hinges, one there, one right there. Now, the reason I did this is now I did that for a couple reasons. One, if I wanted to put extra stuff on my roof rack, I could just put the solar panel upright like that, put the stuff down and then ratchet it down, and it would be out of the way. And two, it was also another way for me to kind of angle it towards the sun. However, if I'm in a spot like Buses by the Bridge, pre-line, where you can't move your vehicle, I'm kind of limited. So that's why I'm making the two hinges right here removable. So that hinge there and then this hinge here, I'm going to use those other hasps as hinges. So I'll weld one side to the bar and then the other will be riveted to the panel. So right now I'm going to remove the rivets from the panel and take it off the bus. Okay, so I have the panel off of the bus and I'm going to set it up and figure out where I'm going to put the hinges. This is what I got. So these are hinges, just a little bit different in a way I can disconnect. So kind of what I'm thinking is putting it on like this and then having this go on one of the bars, crossbars on the roof rack through there. So once it's open, I can take the carabiner off of those and then just completely remove the panel. Well, I got carried away and didn't really film installing these hinges. So I'm using the hasp as a hinge. See, they'll be on there like that. So when I open, they'll open as a hinge, similar to the hinges I had on the roof rack. So I also cut these hinges off. They were here. So it just opened up and I cut them off. All right, folks, I'm back and working on the bus again. Got my keys for my gas tanks. Let's unlock these bad boys and take them off because I will be doing some welding on the roof rack right up there, and I do not want to have any accidents. All right, the gas tanks are off. For anybody that cares to know what it looks like without them on, that's it. Now that I have these two hasps riveted on, I'm gonna go set it up on top of the bus and make some marks. All right, here you go. Now you can kind of see what I was talking about. That's the weld there for the old hinge. And that's the weld there for the old hinge. They line up almost perfectly. I'm basically just gonna weld these hinges in the same spots. See? Let's take a look and see where we're at now. You can see the hasp is gonna be the hinge. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this piece here so that the carabiner can go through right there. We'll then weld it up. Let's hit this side again. Looking good. There we go. That's hot. Looks good. Got each clip welded on. Painted. So I got them painted, both sides painted, and then I'll put these hasps on, and then these carabiners here. One on each side, then it will be able to hinge up just like it did before. But now I can take it off. So I got that on, carabiners. I decided to go with those. Instead of using zip ties to attach the wire to the rack, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this Velcro. We got it. Let's take a look. So it's on, clipped. I have the wire here, the cable secured with those Velcro loops. Okay, and then I also put some like pipe insulation to keep it from vibrating and making noise. I had 2 of those before on the one side. I added 2 more, so I have 1 on each corner now. So yeah, check it out. That's it. Boom. This is the side with the single carabiner. I didn't change this side. I just took the hinges off the other side and then put these hasps on. And I'm utilizing the hinges on the hasps now. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a hasp with the carabiner. So now it's hinging, right? Hinge. But then I can undo those carabiners and then remove the solar panel. That's all I did. Guess who's up in the sky wanting to say hi to you? It's Larry. Howdy, folks. I got another unboxing. So I have a single burner Coleman stove and I have a double burner Coleman stove. Got the single burner just so it's more compact. Here it is right here, single burner stove. It does take the Coleman white gas just like the lanterns. Then I got this guy. I'm gonna do a little unboxing. I've already pulled it out of the box, but that's what it is right there. It's a 1/2 liter boiling kettle. So you just fill it up. It's 120 volts AC. It runs about 600 watts and it should take 2 to 3 minutes to boil the water. So I am going to fill this up, plug it into my new inverter, and we're going to see how it works. Put the lid on. Okay, I've got it plugged into my outlet. Let's flip this guy on and check it out. All right, check that. So I'm at 630 watts. It is 4:12. Let's see how many minutes it takes to boil the water. One minute has passed. Still at 600 watts. So the real reason why I bought this little boil kettle is like I can make top ramen, coffee, mashed potatoes. I do carry a lot of this. It's just add water, hot water, and go. It's easy to keep. It's lightweight. It's been kind of a hassle though, having to pull out the double burner stove. It's cumbersome. I can't always get to it very easily, but this little guy is perfect. It's been 3 minutes now, and it's already starting to boil. So this is 2.5 cups of water. It's just about a little over a half a liter. It's the perfect size. The electronic part stays down there, and then you just put it on here, and that's how it boils. It does have an on and off switch here on the handle in case you want to leave it on that. You can turn it on and off here. It's got a nice lid. I'm sure that helps boil it quicker. But I mean, I've been sitting here for 3 minutes now, and it's boiling pretty good. It's got a little indicating light. Again, on the switch, you have on and off. Cover, let's look inside. Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's boiling. Check it out. Goes off. It's super convenient. That bottom part stays there. You can take this with you. All right, guys, not too bad. So under 10 minutes at 600 watts, burned maybe 6 amp hours. That's totally worth it to me. The convenience of having this little coffee pot or a boiling water pot, it's super convenient. So this little electric kettle was $23.99 at the time that I purchased it. It does also have an automatic shutoff, so even though this has a manual switch, once it hits the boiling level, it actually flips the switch off mechanically, which is very, very nice. I'm super, super happy with this thing. I love it. It's just so much more convenient than having to get the big ass Coleman stove out. One more thing I want to show you guys about this kettle is the electrical cord actually stores inside the base. Oh my gosh, it's so compact. I love it. Okay, folks, that concludes the video, and check out the little spot I found to store it. Okay, I wanted to show you guys before it gets dark out what's up. So remove carabiner 1, lift. There you go. Hinge. So here's a big win for me yesterday. I didn't film it. I apologize. I just didn't. I wanted to get it fixed and didn't film it. But check out what I did. So a lot of my buddies drive with their parking heaters on. Their diesel heaters, their gas heaters. I have a Propex heater. And I used to have the exhaust tube just coming out right underneath here, perpendicular to the van, sticking straight out. And whenever I would try and drive, it would blow out. So this time I brought it up under through this bar here, kind of up on top of it. There you go. And drove 25, 35 miles last night, 50, 65 miles an hour, and it didn't blow out one time. Happy wife, happy life. And I say that because my wife was so happy that it was over 80 degrees inside the bus. Thanks again for watching Northwest Dove Ventures. Don't forget to like and subscribe.